0 to 60 can define a performance car, but it's the fastest 60 to 0 that's the aim of Terox brakes. From road cars to race cars, circuits, special stages, or the autostrada, nothing reduces speed like Terox brakes. Italy gave the world the art of Da Vinci and Michelangelo. Terox has given drivers the art of stopping. For more information and to acquire your own masterpiece, visit terox.co.uk. Yes, it's me, Mike Stone, and this is the Backseat Driver Podcast. It's the fastest, it's the friendliest, and it's for all the family. The Gas Shocks 116 Trophy and 120 Coupe Cup are the fastest growing race series in the UK, taking in 6 one-hour races and 8 sprints at all the top circuits. Visit 116trophy.com to find out more and get yourself behind the wheel. The world of commercial vehicles. Rose-tinted glasses, the one thing that people love to look at is an old van fully sign-written. It remembers them and reminds them of when they were a child, walking into the town and seeing the local butchers, the local florists, the local fishmongers with his little van delivering things. Regrettably, those have all passed away to a degree. But if you come to the British Commercial Vehicle Museum, appropriately based at Leyland, all your memories will come back to life. So I'm pleased to welcome to the Backseat Driver Radio Show Keith Moise, trustee of the British Commercial Vehicle Museum, and Rob Pratton, activity coordinator. Gentlemen, welcome to the Backseat Driver Radio Show.
Thank you, Mark.
Now, it's appropriate we are at Leyland because Leyland is regarded as the home and the epicentre of British commercial vehicles.
Leyland, as a town, was the area that was used by the originators of what became Leyland Trucks.
Yeah.
And Leyland Trucks based themselves here until such time as they were taken over by BMC, or British Leyland Corporation, which incorporated cars and truck manufacturing in Wolverhampton, in London, in Bristol, and round the country.
Yeah. But I mean, when you look around the museum, I mean, it's a magnificent display. All the old names are on show because apart from Leyland Trucks that everybody remembers, or British Leylands, I mean, we had Thornycrofts, we had Albions, there were all sorts of what you might call independent truck manufacturers who regrettably were either fallen by the wayside or absorbed into, as you said, British Leyland or Leyland Trucks.
Yeah, about 30 years ago there was at least 26 independent truck manufacturing operations in the UK.
Yeah.
And I remember going to a conference in Paris then, and somebody stood up and said that there will be no more than 6 European truck manufacturers by the year 2000.
Yeah.
And we all said, don't be ridiculous. And it transpired.
Yeah. So, I mean, when you look at how many of the old trucks still survive and still exist, because most people have just said don't remember a lot of them, but I mean, you keep them alive.
There is a lot.
Yeah.
But again, that area of society has changed.
Yeah.
The people who preserved and ran old vintage vehicles generally were involved in the haulage business.
Yeah. So I was just putting in, I know a lot of haulage companies, modern haulage companies, that have old trucks, they own old trucks and take part in the rallies with them.
And that was driven by the owners of these businesses.
Yeah.
Now you look at the demographic now of haulage companies in the UK, there's been a demise of family haulage businesses of between 10 and 50 trucks.
Yeah.
a lot of them have been swept up
Yeah.
by the national haulage companies.
Yeah.
So they don't exist. The other thing is that the people who owned these businesses and owned the vintage trucks or kept vintage trucks had an interest in doing it.
Yeah.
They must have had a fairly prosperous life, because my experience is that the children of these people, who would now be in their 80s,
Yeah.
were better educated than their fathers and mothers, went off to do other things and don't want to get their hands dirty in the haulage industry. So they haven't got a clue what to do with these vehicles,
Yeah.
because they have no interest in it, or they are scattered up and down the country
Yeah.
in different professions. And the idea of spending the weekend rectifying a vintage truck doesn't appeal to your average solicitor or general practitioner or whatever.
Yeah.
So there are a lot of vehicles that are not getting the attention that they need to stay on the road. And I think that'll be a progression
Yeah.
through the years.
I mean, how did the British Commercial Vehicle Museum come into being? When was it started, and who started it, etc.?
British Leyland Corporation had a collection of cars and trucks. And before the liquidators moved in, they set up two trusts. One in Birmingham, which is now the National Motor Museum,
Oh.
and this one.
Yeah.
This one was the commercial vehicle side,
Yeah.
and the one in Birmingham was car automotive
Yeah.
side, Jaguar, Land Rover, Austin Morris, etc., etc. So
Yeah.
that's how it came about. But it's an independent. They're both independent trusts, away
Yeah.
from the manufacturing process that went to the wind. So that's how it set up. It was set up here in '84.
Yeah.
And the then director of Leyland Trucks, I think he was handed the job of chairman
Yeah.
of the trust.
There you are. It's yours.
Yes, I don't think it was an option. I think it was very much a, we need somebody to do this.
Yeah.
You're doing it.
Yeah.
And he's still chairman today. John Gilchrist. He was MD of Leyland DAF,
Yeah.
Leyland Trucks, manufacturing process in Leyland, and the factory is still there,
Yeah.
and it now produces DAF only product
Yeah.
for UK and European operation.
Right.
It's now part of the American Packard group. But John retired when Packard bought Leyland Trucks,
Yeah.
and has remained an interested chairman ever since. The
So-
other trustees have been adopted through
Yeah.
time from various sources.
Yeah. So I notice it's adopted you because you are one of the trustees.
Yes, yes. My life has been in trucks
Yeah.
for a long number of years.
I mean, people who are involved in the haulage industry and trucks, it tends to be they died in the wool. They're born that way, they live their life that way, and not being funny, they pass away that way. It is their absolute being is trucks. There's something about trucks and truckers.
It is a freak of nature.
Yeah.
That once you're in the truck industry on either side,
Yeah.
I have known people who have left the industry but gravitated back
Yeah.
almost to a person.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to get out of it
Yeah.
or get the feeling in another profession that it's as good.
Yeah. So after it was formed as such as the trust, how did it evolve into the museum that we see today?
This particular building was owned by Leyland Trucks,
Yeah.
and it was the customer handover point in the 30s.
Oh, right.
Before there were such things as dealers,
Yeah.
you ordered a vehicle direct from the manufacturer with a specification.
Yeah.
When the manufacturer built that vehicle in chassis cab form or chassis front end form or complete vehicle,
Yeah.
you came down, you inspected it, you made sure it was to the right specification, you paid your money, and you took it away.
Yeah.
This building was within that portfolio and was then used as the museum base.
Yeah.
It was kitted out as a museum in the 80s,
Yeah.
and until 5 years ago, it had existed in a pretty sorry state.
Yeah. Because I've visited this place over the years, and I've seen how it's, for want of a better term, evolved and got better.
Well, before it got better, it deteriorated.
Yeah.
It deteriorated to the point that the roof leaked. When I got involved, the first thing I did is turn off the gas heating because nobody had inspected it for some time, so we never used it. So we had no heating. We had water coming through the roof. The roof was in at least every 2 months to
Yeah.
patch things up. It was freezing cold in the winter, so we couldn't open in the winter. We only opened in the spring to summer
Yeah.
on a weekend. And we got to the point that we had two directions to go. We had a very good collection of vehicles. We had a very good collection of volunteers who understood vehicles and
Yeah.
could explain about it. But we were housed in a completely unsuitable building.
Yeah.
So it was either let's wrap it up, or do we find somebody to fund a change round?
Yeah.
So we applied to Heritage Lottery, and we were successful in that. And what you see now is a £2.3 million investment
Yeah.
in a building. We knocked the inside of it out completely, and we did that and we kept 50 of the vehicles on site whilst we did that,
Yeah.
by moving them around every weekend to suit the builders,
Yeah.
because we had no place to put them.
Yeah.
And our fear was that if we returned them all to the owners, we wouldn't get them all back,
Yeah.
particularly some of the more interesting ones. That build process was complete in 20? 20, yeah. And the first year that we had in the new redesign,
2019, wasn't
Yeah,
it? January
yeah.
2019.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it was excellent. We had anticipated that we would move from about 10 to 12,000 visitors a year to 25,000.
Yeah.
And the first full year of operation, we actually got to 22,000,
Right.
which was pretty good.
Yeah.
Then along came a virus, and that knocked the stuffing out of the business.
Yeah.
A, we were shut for so long, and B, people not wishing to go out to the same degree that they had done previously.
Yeah.
And it's only now that you can actually see there's some light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
And we are hoping it's not the express train. We are hoping it's the
Heading
sun.
towards you.
Yeah, we hope it's the sun.
I mean, just talk me through some of the vehicles on show, because I mean, some of them are incredibly old, aren't they?
We have a reconstituted horse bus, which was 1800.
Yeah.
We have got a little steam lawnmower, which is a replica of the original, which was 1800.
Yeah.
We've got a Shand fire engine, which was horse-drawn. We've got a horse-drawn delivery van. We've got a variety of steam-powered vehicles.
Yeah. Because a lot of people don't realise that from horses to engine driven, they went through the steam powered,
Yes.
which lasted probably longer than a lot of people think. But the problem was it was delivering by steam was a slow process, wasn't it? Because you had to keep stopping every so often to fill them with water and fill them with coal.
That's right. That's right. So it was a slow process.
Yeah.
And most of them are on solid wheels as well.
Yeah.
Which makes no suspension, so it makes a fairly long and uncomfortable journey that you were going on.
Yeah.
We then move in from steam. We move on to petrol, and we've got some turn of the century petrol vehicles, all of which start and run.
Yeah.
And then we move into diesel, all of which start and run, and the youngest, we've got a variety of vehicles, the youngest one being about 20 years old.
Yeah. Because I notice you've also got a Pope mobile as well.
We have.
Yeah.
There were two built. We have one.
But I mean, that's the interesting thing. I mean, you go to a lot of museums where they have cars on display and they'll turn around and say about 40% of them run. It's nice when they all actually run. So, I mean, are they used often? Do they come out and drive around at all? Or whose job is it to keep them all ticking over?
It's our job to keep them all ticking over.
Yeah.
Problem with internal combustion engines is that if you don't run them every so often, they have this nasty habit of seizing.
Yeah.
And then when you do go try and run them, something goes
Bang.
or bang. So we've got a maintenance regime.
Yeah.
With fluids, oils, running gear, etc., etc. And out of the 50 volunteers that we've got about 10 or 12 who are technically extremely proficient,
Yeah.
who can actually repair things.
A dying art these days is repairing things.
They can repair engines,
Yeah.
they can repair gearboxes, and they can repair back axles, which doesn't happen now. If you have a modern car and take it in, they take the part off, they throw it away and they put a new one on.
Yes.
We can still repair things.
Yeah. I mean, that was the one thing about the haulage industry. People repaired, it's like you said, because of the older trucks, people don't want to. But most haulage companies back in the day, besides that their depot would have what you might call a workshop bay, where the trucks used to go in to be looked after and maintained and serviced and the brakes done and everything else.
Well, that was a process of the industry.
Yeah.
If you had a vehicle that, say, was working between Glasgow and Birmingham or London, and you had a depot in the north, if you had a vehicle coming up loaded,
Yeah.
say it had to go to Glasgow out of Birmingham, and it developed a fault, it would call into the depot. They would have to fix it
Yeah.
to get it going. Nowadays, very rarely happens that way.
Well, I mean, these days it's all, in many ways, it's all articulated. If you have a problem with the tractor unit at the front, you just swap over and hook the trailer to something else. Back many years ago, there were rigids, which meant, and the load was roped and sheeted on.
Yes.
Which I think that's something else that doesn't happen these days, roping and sheeting. It's all curtain siders and everything else. So if you have a problem, you just uncouple the trailer from one and hook it to another. Back in the day, it was like I just said, there were ridges with roped and sheeted on. The vehicle had to be repaired at certain times at the side of the road.
Yes, yes. The good old days. when
And Scotch corner and transport cafes and things like that.
Yeah, the good old days where you sent people out to fix a truck at the
Yeah.
side of the road when it was snowing
Yeah.
or raining, and you were lying under this truck trying to fix it with the traffic passing 4 feet from your head
Yeah.
in inclement weather.
And an unexpected small river running down your shirt and everything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, besides being on display, as I said, it is a superb display. Do they ever go out to do things, these trucks? I don't mean deliver things, but do you ever have days where they can go out, where the public, instead of having to come here to see them, can stand at the side of the road and watch them go past?
Was it 3 weeks ago?
Yeah.
There's a festival in Leyland,
Yeah.
and we sent out the Portmobile, a post office van. What else did we send?
The Morris Minor,
Morris Minor,
the Bedford.
Bedford with milk chuns on it,
Yeah.
and the Sherpa.
Right.
And they took part in the parade,
Yeah.
went down to the park, and we met interested visitors down there.
Well, it's like I said, the one thing about commercials is it's like street furniture. You see road signs and things like that. You'd see I can remember growing up and seeing vans and trucks go past, and you never gave them a second notice. Now you see an old van or an old truck come past, and you stand, and it's a pleasure to watch this old vehicle come past you, because it reminds you of things. It's just nice to see them,
Yeah.
because they have character about them.
Yes, but we have another way that people can appreciate that.
Yeah.
We've got an archive here where we have every build sheet for every Leyland Group vehicle that was ever built
Oh, right.
in trucks.
Yeah.
We have a social history of the area and working conditions and families and what went on
Yeah.
allied to the industry at that time. And that archive is open either via the internet or personally if people want to have images, photographs of what went on then,
Yeah.
and particular vehicles as well. And I think we're upwards of 300,000 images
Yeah.
at this point in time.
Now, I must now bring in Rob Pratton, the activities coordinator.
Hello,
What activities do you guys get up to?
Well, my role and responsibilities are threefold, really.
Yeah.
In the main, so I manage the volunteer team.
Yeah.
And all the activities that they are involved in, which
Yeah.
include that it's wide ranging. That includes welcoming the visitors to the museum, sharing knowledge with the visitors from the museum.
Yeah.
To the museum. Conversation with the visitors. That's a big.
Because I dare say
their
quite a
role.
lot of people who come here will come here and turn around like the old, not being funny, the older people and say, I used to drive one of them.
That's right. Yeah. Again, it's that those memories and that nostalgia and those
Yeah.
connections that people have with the vehicles and
Yeah.
with the industry. Whether it be someone who comes in and says they used to drive them, which we do get that quite
Yeah.
a lot. And just last weekend, the volunteers were telling me how they'd this particular volunteer had engaged in conversation with a couple who'd come in and they'd sat on the bus
Yeah.
reminiscing because it was the bus that they had taken
Yeah.
to their work as police cadets
Yeah.
many years ago. So this couple, who the full story was that they had been together, become apart over the years, and then reunited many years later, and got together and married.
Yeah.
So a lovely story, but they've been on the bus, so you get that story as well.
Yeah.
So it's all the ways in which people connect with the buses.
Yeah.
That the volunteers help to bring out in conversation.
Because that's the one thing, besides trucks and vans, there's buses. And I think the thing is, a lot of people don't realise, a lot of buses were technically a truck with a lot of seats instead of a load. And once again, it's, you can, like you said, it's a social thing.
Very much.
I mean, if you think now about going on a coach trip, if your coach isn't air conditioned with toilets, TV and everything else, you wouldn't dream of getting on it. You look at the old buses and they were very spectacular in design, but compared to today, long distance was, shall we say, it was something that you to definitely want to do, was long distance on some of the old buses and coaches.
Yes, but it was all part of the experience,
Yeah.
wasn't it? Again, people talk...
It was arduous. It was a slightly higher spec. We've got a coach here, which was your average holiday coach, which was designed to look sleek.
Some of them were virtually space age, some of them, weren't they?
Yeah, the moquette on the inside is better than the plastic seating that was in the general purpose bus. They had a ventilation system, but they also had heating.
Yeah.
It's amazing the amount of old vehicles that didn't have heating.
Yeah.
Or they were an extra. It was an extra that
Yeah.
people never really bothered about because you weren't on it that long.
No.
But coaches developed out off the back of this holiday type coach.
Yeah.
And then they went to space frame build
Yeah.
to give more space for luggage, crew compartments, toilets, and all the electrical kit that they then fitted on.
Because it's like, if you look at the luggage storage, at one time it was at the back like a car was, and then as they've gone modern, it's now at each side underneath where the passengers sit.
That's right. And so is the crew compartment.
Yeah.
And not many people know that there's a crew compartment in long distance coaches now.
No.
Where people, if you've got a double crew,
Yeah.
and sometimes you need double crew if you're driving down to Malaga or someplace like that. What one sleeps under.
Oh, right.
Plus one drive. I wouldn't do it, but never mind.
So, I mean, what other activities do you guys get up to? Because I noticed, like, when you come in, there's things for children.
Yes, I was just going to say, and just thinking about the buses as well. That's one. When the children go on the bus that they can go on.
Yeah.
One of the first things that they notice straight to mind is no seatbelts. Just thinking about the children. But this bus hasn't got a seatbelt.
Yeah.
So it's a very important part of what we do here.
Yeah.
Providing that learning experience for children to come to a very special place to see.
There's also the educational factor. We have quite a lot of school visits.
Yeah.
As part of the curriculum and transport. So Rob liaises with all the schools locally and brings the school parties in. And we've got selected volunteers who work with the teachers when they're here doing that.
So this room now is set up.
Where we're sitting is a conference area.
Yeah.
This splits into two. You could put 35 people on each side of it. It's fully AV compliant, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And we encourage visitors to come and hold meetings and conferences here. We've got a couple of times left this year where we're actually renting the museum out lock, stock and barrel to a couple of organisations where they're going to use it for their own purpose on the day.
Because just thinking back, it's quite a long while ago now, but I was involved with the Sir William Lyons Memorial event, and because of the association with Blackpool, where Bill Lyons started with Swallow sidecars, etc., the big event hosted one particular. We had an evening here. It was opened. It was a private function, but there were I think there were about 100 people here, and that was quite a good do. So I was going to say, you can hire the place if you want.
Yes, you can. You can hire the place for the now we've got heating.
Yeah, it makes it more attractive.
It does. You can hire the place for a full day or an evening, a full evening, and we will work with you on what you want to do by moving vehicles, making seating areas. We at Christmas we have a Christmas concert in here, and it means moving 4 or 5 vehicles and seating 200 people, and having a concert there. When we had a beer festival, when you were allowed to have them, we had 350 people in.
You'll be starting them up again, won't you?
We're starting them up next year. There's still a reluctance in, I think, the general population or the older variety to step out into that sort of thing. But we'll be doing that.
But there's the lure of beer. I mean, it's this long distance draw, isn't it? You can feel yourself getting pulled towards it.
Yes. So we do that. We're open to all sorts of suggestions.
Yeah.
You know, we've had TV crews around here, mainly on the antique roadshow type thing. And one of the things that we're considering is wedding functions.
Yeah. So I was going to say, can you hire any of the vehicles? Do any of them?
No.
Right.
No. We don't have a license to do that.
Right.
There are laws that don't allow you to do that.
Or do they do TV work? Do they ever go out and do anything television-wise?
You kidding? No.
Oh.
We want them back in the same condition. You know, and that's a bit risky, particularly with if you look at the quality of the exhibits.
I mean, they're all in stunning condition, aren't they?
And to put them on a TV set for 3 weeks
Yeah.
is just not going to happen.
Oh yeah, somebody will reverse into it.
Yeah, somebody will reverse into it, somebody will damage it in some way.
Yeah.
Or, you know, so why should we do that?
Yeah.
If we had bigger facilities, we could start that up as a separate operation.
Yeah.
But not with what we've got.
Yeah. I mean, can you become, if anybody's interested, can you become like a friend of the museum?
You can.
Become more involved and things like that.
You can become a volunteer.
Yeah.
Become a
If
volunteer.
you wish.
You can become a member. Of course, we offer membership tickets as well for people to come to the museum as many times as they like within the year. But volunteering is one of the key ways.
What's a volunteer likely to be asked to volunteer to do?
Well, there are a range of volunteering activities. There are archive volunteers who manage the archive and deal with the inquiries and also the orders for photographs and build sheets that Keith was talking about before. So that's a one key role here at the museum. There are the exhibition area volunteers that I mentioned before. Like we've mentioned about moving the vehicles, for example, for setting up for events. Then volunteers.
And I conclude from what you said, you've got volunteer mechanics, do you? People who come in and will spanner on them.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And they are all of the long age variety.
Yeah. They'll be the ones that enjoy doing it, won't they?
Yes, they do. They
Yeah.
do.
They do.
You know,
They love
it's
it.
not a job.
It's like vintage car veteran vintage car owners.
Yeah.
It's not a chore. If it doesn't break down, they get
It's a
upset.
passion.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, there's nothing to do. They get a bit. Well, what am I going to do?
Yeah.
So we've got, on the floor of the museum, we've got volunteers who like talking to people,
Yeah.
who have a big understanding of what we've got here
Yeah.
and can explain things in detail. We've got the technical volunteers who can fix anything.
Yeah.
We've got painters, electricians, joiners. You name the profession, we can practically do it all
Yeah. In-house.
ourselves, with the exception of IT.
Right.
That's the downside.
Though, thinking of the technical side, on the IT side, we've got a couple of volunteers in particular who are now running a film digitisation project that we got some funding for. So digitising the film that we got in our archives, and they've really sort of managed that project from start off and planned that through, and have the technical expertise
So
to do that.
we've got over 900 films,
Right.
and we want to digitise it.
Yeah.
So we went into the marketplace, and then we rapidly came back out of the marketplace
Yeah.
as the cost of digitising. So we're now doing it ourselves.
Yeah.
We two guys who are very interested in that, and we gave them their head
Yeah.
to develop what they can. So they're now digitising 35mm films onto DVDs that we can then sell to people if they want a copy of that.
Keith Moise, Rob Pratton, thank you very much for joining me on the Backseat Driver radio show. I mean, it's a fantastic museum. I mean, I'm not being funny, it's not a huge museum. So, but there's so much to see. Besides the trucks, there's things on the walls. When I was last here, we did a treasure hunt, and I must say I did rather well at that. It shows how sad I am at times. But no, gentlemen, thank you very much for joining me on the Backseat Driver Radio Show.
Thank you.
Rarely beaten on price, never beaten on service. Whether it's cars, bikes or commercials, Hoddy Tyres are the best in the business. And when it comes to tyre expertise and advice to supplying the correct tyres for your vehicle's specific requirements, nobody comes close to David Lakin and the Hoddy Tyres team. So give them a call on 01200 613 192 or visit the website at hoddytyres.co.uk.